We do have something on new business today. Thinking about the upcoming holiday, the Board of Education wanted to recognize so many people as we enter into Thanksgiving, and also as a result of World Kindness Day. So in the spirit of World Kindness Day and looking forward to Thanksgiving together, the Board of Education wanted to express our heartfelt gratitude to all of those who have worked tirelessly and passionately to assist our district over the past several months. Without your dedication and service, our schools would not have the necessary supports to remain open during this pandemic. We're finally seeing the home stretch, as Mike was commenting, with the announcement of 2 to 3 vaccines on the horizon and therapeutic treatments. That in and of itself is a reason to be thankful. In the words of Margaret Cousins, appreciation can make a day, even change a life. Your willingness to put it into words is all that is necessary. So in honor of our entire community, the Board of Education would like to put into words and present you with our proclamation of gratitude. This proclamation is in honor of Pittsford Central School District and its community partners, November 23rd, 2020. Whereas the Curriculum and Instruction Office and Standards leaders led the Herculean charge to build and implement the in-person, hybrid, and remote models of instruction during COVID-19 while ensuring academic standards were intact and instructional delivery was equitable for all. And the Teacher Center has continued to offer vital workshops and professional learning opportunities with remote instruction, while also keeping up with the demands of creating useful instructional materials and images to support our teachers and their lesson plans.
Whereas the teachers demonstrated their expertise by abruptly pivoting their classroom-based approach to remote instruction when the pandemic first closed our schools, initially transforming well-crafted lesson plans to align with an all-remote learning model, and later collaboratively developing and delivering 3 innovative models of instruction that continue to serve our students to the highest degree.
Whereas the principals and the assistant principals continue to lead their building teams with confidence, empathy, and compassion, while ensuring the smooth coordination of students and staff, both remotely and within their brick-and-mortar environments, and sustaining the rich and vibrant culture therein.
Whereas the Student Services Office continues to offer critical support by providing key COVID-19 safety protocols to students and staff through a number of programs and services, including health and wellness initiatives that contribute to the mental well-being of our students during this unusually stressful time in history.
Whereas the school nurses have been on the front lines carrying out New York State COVID-19 testing and tracing requirements while continuing to attend to the regular medical needs of our students. Food service personnel have prepared and distributed nutritional meals under strict COVID-19 guidelines. Librarians have provided a diverse collection of books and resources for teachers and students immersed in a new way of learning. And clerical staff and paraprofessionals have efficiently adapted their roles to support administrative and procedural changes related to COVID-19.
Whereas the Special Education Office, psychologists, counselors, paraprofessionals, and staff members have continued to provide crucial support services to our most vulnerable students.
Whereas the Information and Technology Office personnel have prepared and distributed hundreds of laptops and devices to support hybrid and remote learning, reconfigured spaces to serve as modified classrooms, and offered expert technological support to students, staff, and their families.
Whereas the Transportation Office and bus drivers have worked together to successfully modify bus routes, pickup and drop-off procedures, and cleaning protocols to meet COVID-19 standards and get our students to and from school safely.
Whereas the business office personnel have tirelessly worked on-site and in person since the start of the pandemic to make sure paychecks were cut, bills were paid, and the financial backbone of the district remained strong.
Whereas the operations, maintenance, and security office personnel have worked throughout the pandemic to maintain the facilities, carry out enhanced cleaning protocols, and support the distribution of cleaning supplies and personal protective equipment to staff and students.
Whereas the Human Resources Office has carefully managed benefits, contracts, and staffing as existing teaching positions were modified and new roles were taken on to meet the needs of 3 separate models of instruction during COVID-19.
Whereas athletics, personnel, and coaches have had to delay the start of seasons, modify practices and competitions to meet COVID-19 standards, and inspire athletes to stay mentally and physically strong in the midst of a pandemic.
Whereas the Communication Office has been the hub for communication related to COVID-19, the conduit for keeping our community informed and up to date on school-related programs, activities, and events in the midst of a constantly changing calendar, and a unifier by hosting virtual community events.
Whereas the Pittsford District PTSA is a constant support and partner that has offered enriching programs, meetings, and events remotely, and successfully and safely implemented the Fall Super Sale fundraising week to support our Pittsford schools, students, and programs.
Whereas our community partners have provided the essential services we all depend upon in our daily lives, and especially during this global pandemic, including the town of Pittsford, Pittsford Youth Services, Monroe County Sheriff's Office, Pittsford Volunteer Fire Department, Pittsford Volunteer Ambulance Services, Pittsford Food Cupboard, Pittsford Public Library, and all the businesses, merchants, employees, and volunteers who provide essential goods and services for our entire community.
Whereas our families have shown remarkable levels of patience, adaptability, and resilience, remaining steadfast every day in the love and devotion that they have for their children and the trust and support that they share with the district their district partners.
Whereas the Superintendent of Schools, Michael Pirro, has served as an unwavering pillar of strength, always advocating for what is best for students, staff, and families while expertly managing the immense responsibility of leading our district through the uncharted territory of a world pandemic with skill, courage, and heart. Superintendent Pirro has worked tirelessly to ensure academic and social emotional needs are met equitably and fairly, and dedicated countless hours around the clock to answer questions, offer encouragement, and inspire us to lead by example, never hesitating to do whatever it takes to support students, families, and staff during this unprecedented time.
Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Pittsford Board of Education offers its most sincere gratitude to Superintendent Pirro, the teachers, administration, and staff of Pittsford Central School District, and its community partners who, together, have served to support, unite, and motivate our community to exemplify the district's mission to inspire and prepare our students to be their best, do their best, and make a difference in the lives of others.
Be it further resolved that this resolution be documented in the permanent minutes of the Pittsford Board of Education, and that a plaque be affixed to the wall of the McCluskey Room to commemorate this historical event.
Which I have a copy of the proclamation, and we will be hanging it behind us somewhere. But we are just so proud to present all of our community, everyone. We view ourselves as a community, and we just could not be more proud of everything that you have all accomplished and that we've accomplished together. So thank you, and we wish you nothing but a wonderful Thanksgiving ahead.
Thank you.